Well, good morning, everybody. Reading through Ruth, chapters 1 to 4. And we often look at this, we look at Ruth's qualities and we lift that up and we celebrate that, and we should. There's good qualities there. But this is the story about Dad. This is about Dad revealing his heart to us through people and through situations. And so we need to consider the Father's heart in this. And in order to do that, we have to look at Naomi and the family, and the fact that the Lord had given them the land of Israel as a promise. This was their land, and this was the place of promise. This was where everything would be fulfilled. But they had abandoned him. They had abandoned him, and so there was a famine in the land, because he had promised them that as long as they walked with him, that they would be blessed. But if they stop, then those blessings wouldn't be able to flow. And so they're facing this famine, and so this family left the land of promise, and they tried to fend for themselves, as many of us would do. You know, if we're in a situation, we'd look around, and that's where you get migrant workers who are going to where the work is, and so that's what was happening here. And they left this land of promise, and they entered into the enemy's land to find their fortune. But what they found there was death. Naomi's husband died. Her two sons died. They were in a very poor situation. She hears that things are going better at home and decides to return home. Now, if we stop and consider for a moment that the Lord is our all-sufficient. He's everything to us. He's our provider. He's made all these promises to us. He's told us to walk faithfully with Him, to be faithful to Him, and to love Him. And it's that love that enables us to walk with Him, that keeps us in that place of obedience. It's loving Him enables us to obey His commands. That's what Jesus told us. But so many of us will try to do things on our own because we can move to places, because we can try to provide for ourselves, because we can try to figure these things out on our own. That's what we'll do. But we'll often encounter many things of the enemy, and the enemy will always try to destroy us. The enemy's whole operation is about stealing, killing, and destroying. And so this is what we find when we start walking on our own and not walking in agreement with Father. But this is our Father's heart. Look at our Father's heart here. Even though they had done this, when Naomi returned to the land, the Lord redeemed her through Ruth. He used Ruth, the faithfulness of Ruth, Ruth's heart of faithfulness, just must have blessed the Father's heart so much to see Ruth's love for Naomi and all that she did. But the point is the redemption that took place here. The redemption that took place here. Not only that, King David would come from this. And Jesus later on down the road really came from that faithfulness of Ruth and that relationship of Ruth's heart. And the Lord chose her to use the fruit of her womb. It's just amazing, isn't it? But he redeemed Naomi. He established her again because she had returned. And that's all there is with the Lord. He's not interested in punishing. He's not interested in vengeance. He's not interested in those things. He's interested in redeeming us. He's interested in restoring us. He's interested in blessing us. He's a father. He's not a cruel father. He's not a father out to prove his point. He is a father who simply wants us to succeed. He's a father who is for us and not against us. This is our takeaway from Ruth. Incredible, isn't it? Okay, you guys be blessed today. Be encouraged. Love you all.